everybody, this is Monika and I'm very excited. Today I'm here with Melissa, and Melissa came to me for coaching because she wants to build an RTD business and she wants to overcome some obstacles and some underlying subconscious blockages and limitations, and she finds herself with the issue of procrastinating a little bit. So I will help her to solve this today and in our next sessions. And I hope that you can also benefit a lot from this video. Melissa, let's just right now dive into that.
Absolutely.
Thanks for being here with me today. How are you?
I'm very good. Thank you, Monika. Thanks for having me here as well.
Thank you for being there. So, Melissa, we talked briefly before I started the record button about where you want to go, and you already explained me you want to build an RTT therapy business. You also want to grow your social media content, your social media audience. And what you said to me, what you need help with is like getting out of this feeling of stuckness right now. Mm-hmm. And to move forward, to find more clarity in what you can do next, right?
That is correct, yes.
Okay, perfect. So now what you just said before I pressed the record button was that you started already a YouTube channel and social media content, but because you have just started, so just a few numbers of followers, and now you want to grow and you want to really go into the game and have huge number of followers. And my question now is, so where you are right now is the beginning. You just started. You haven't yet graduated from the training, but you will soon. And you will start your business and you will grow your YouTube channel. So you are at the beginning of a large journey and you want to achieve something really amazing and really big. And my question is, how do you feel about reaching this goal now, today?
It feels really good to even have started coaching with you. Like, I feel like I've at least like taken the first or the few steps towards it. And it feels amazing. I feel proud of myself right now because I was feeling a little bit like down before. I didn't know how to start it, and just like by meeting you, I feel like I have progressed towards it. So, which makes me feel proud of myself for sure.
I'm happy to hear that. So, and let's go back a few steps because we were just chatting for about 10 minutes before we started the recording. Mm-hmm. And let's go back. How did you feel before we met today? And this is, by the way, the first time Melissa and I are speaking, so that we didn't train anything of that. It's everything real. How did you feel before you started our coaching conversation?
I don't know. I felt like I was stuck. I felt like I was like, I need some resources. I need to meet someone that can hold me accountable, because I was feeling a little bit like I want to do it, but I don't know how to. So yeah, I was feeling like I had like a lot of overwhelmed feelings of like, how am I gonna start it? Like, when am I gonna meet the right people for it? When is this gonna actually happen? And so I'm glad that like it's at least I'm starting right now.
Yeah, amazing. So what I hear you say is there was a big feeling, or maybe is still slightly, this feeling of overwhelm.
Yes,
right?
Absolutely. Yeah. Oh yes,
and the
yes.
feeling of not knowing where to go next.
Absolutely, yes. Like I've quit my job too, to like put all my time for this. So that also causes a lot of anxiety as to where I want to go. How am I gonna do it? Like I just took like a leap of faith pretty much, and just yeah, I'm like, I don't know, everything is gonna align. I asked the universe that everything is gonna align the way it's supposed to.
Yeah, perfect. And that's amazing. Congratulations for taking this first step. Now, when you look into where you are now, you are in the middle of the training of the RTT therapy, and your goal is having a successful RTT business. And when you look now towards the goal, what's in between you now and your goal?
In reality, just finishing up the course in general, like just focusing on the course, finishing it up, and just putting myself out there, like yeah, just putting myself out there and not be shy about it, or not have like that self-confidence.
And how do you feel now about putting yourself out there?
I feel like I'm not ready yet. I don't know. I feel like I don't know. I'm having like mixed feelings. I feel like I am and I'm not.
Okay, so with your permission, I would like to dive deep here a little bit. When you say you're not ready yet, what do you mean by that?
I feel like I need to prepare, or I need to like have resources to be able to put myself out there.
What kind of resources?
Like maybe tools, like in general, technical tools that I don't know where to get it, or how to get it, or how to start it. And not even only that, like just preparation in general. Okay, if I want to create good content, I should like start by writing stuff down, or like, or start by reading books, which I'm not doing. I'm actually, well, I just started reading a book right now, but like I'm not like really writing things down to be able to add it up to what and create content like that. Maybe like I feel like I just need to just do it, just do something, which I'm just like kind of leaving it behind. So
yeah, so I'm sensing here something while I observe you speaking. Are you okay with me to share this with you?
Sure, yes.
Because what I hear you say is like, you say, well, you need more resources, or you need a better camera, or you need to read more books. And then at the same time, you say, I'm reading a book, but maybe I should make better notes. And, it's just like you say you need something, but at the same time, you're already taking this step behind, this step, what you think you need to do. So you're already going, but something I feel like it feels like holding you back. Would you agree with that?
Yes, that is correct.
What do you think is it that's holding you back?
My mind, like I
What about your mind?
like I'm telling, like I was telling you, yes, I'm reading a book, but I'm like, okay, I need to make like, there's good passages, for example, that I can create content around, and I'm like, I need to just write it down, but I just don't do it. like I just like I'll just do it tomorrow, or I'll just do it like later or whatever, and then just don't do it, and just lose
What
the
keeps you from
motivation.
doing it? So when you're not doing it, what's your thought about it? What are you thinking when you're not doing
I'll
it?
do it tomorrow. I'll do it
Okay.
tomorrow. I'll do it tomorrow, and just leave it for tomorrow.
And how do you feel then when you do that?
I don't feel good. I feel like, okay, seriously, like I even talk to myself and say, like, seriously, Melissa, like you can do it now, but what's going on, right? And I'm just like, I guess like I don't have the motivation like to do it. I just like don't. I say, okay, I'm gonna do it, but then I just leave it behind, and just I lack motivation after.
Okay. So, and when you say you lack motivation, that's a thought, right? And then you believe you lack motivation. And whatever, for Marissa, they are the rule of the mind and everything. Whatever we tell ourselves will become our reality.
Mm-hmm.
And and the good thing with that is that we can change our thought, because when our thought becomes our reality, and if you tell yourself, I'm not motivated, I'm procrastinating, it will become a behavior, right?
Absolutely.
But if we can change our thought, if you know that, how could you change your thought, your initial thought of, I'm not motivated? Which thought would help you more to go in the direction of your goal?
I guess like just the thought of like just do it, like just do it, just don't think about it, just do it, just stop thinking about it so much. One thing that has really helped me out though, because like I took a hypnosis session with someone else about like confidence and stuff, and in the recording, like she does specify, okay, Melissa, you look at yourself creating beautiful content, like, you know, surrounded by beautiful nature. And I think I also like need the space to create that. Like I need to be in a nice space, which I'm trying to do, like by like going, like I'm by the ocean, so like, you know, going to the ocean, but sometimes I'm like, okay, I'm gonna go do it in the morning and have a specific time, and I just don't do it. I just don't do it. I'm just like, okay, well, and then it makes me feel like, okay, I'm gonna do it tomorrow, and then tomorrow comes and then I just don't do it. So it's just, yeah, I don't know, it's just creating that space for it, and holding myself accountable with the recording. It's helped me out, like, because I think it's been more than 21 days and I'm still listening to it so that it kind of sinks into my mind. But still, like, I just, yeah, just the fact of like, you just gotta do it
Okay.
and don't think about anything else, like.
Yeah. Um, so you did an amazing step by going deep into an RTT session, into a hypnosis session. And there you learned, what I hear you say is you learned there already how we can program our mind and our thoughts and how
Mhm.
this can help us. And what I would like to show you now is a little tool you can do without going into hypnosis, without needing any coach or any therapist, but you can do it with yourself always, alone, wherever you are. And it's just because first, it's always our thought. And the thought, whatever we think, becomes reality. And the
Mhm.
first is the thought, and the thought creates a feeling, and the feeling creates the action we take.
Mhm.
And I will show you a very simple technique on how you can change your thought, and therefore you can change how you feel, and you can change your action, and you can change your life by that. And that's, we have heard it so many times, our thoughts create our reality, and we hear it everywhere. But now I will show you a really practical step how you can take this and put it into action. So I have here a pen and paper, and if you have also, you can, but if you don't, you just watch the recording and I will write this down for you. So what I
Sure.
put on this paper is I made one vertical line, and then I make 1, 2, 3 lines. And the left column is for our negative thought, and the
Mhm.
right is for the positive thought. And over the first line, I will write thought. And then the next one is the feeling, because our thoughts create our feelings,
Mhm.
and our feelings determine our actions. Now, let's go back and imagine a situation where you procrastinate. You know you should do something, but you don't do it. What's the thought that comes up in that situation?
I'm a failure.
Okay, you think I'm a failure. And when you think, I write it down right on the thoughts. When you think I'm a failure, how do you feel then?
I feel bad. I feel really bad.
You feel bad. Explain, what does bad mean? How do you
I
feel?
feel like guilty, like shame, like
Guilty.
yeah, like I'm not like doing what I'm supposed to be doing, so it makes me feel like guilty.
So you feel guilty, you feel shame, you feel
Mm-hmm.
bad.
Mm-hmm.
And now, when you go into this feeling, when you think the thought, I'm a failure, and then you feel bad, you feel guilty, you feel shame. And with that feeling, what action will you then take?
I take no action at all. That's what I
Oh,
always do. Yeah.
no action. Yeah, of course. And when you take no action, what do you think then about yourself?
I feel like, yeah, I feel like I'm not gonna progress and do anything at all, and I'm not gonna accomplish what I set myself to do. So
Yeah, you're not accomplished. And when you're not accomplished, what do? You feel like,
nothing. Yeah, I feel
yeah,
like nothing.
yeah, you feel like a failure, right? Like
Hmm.
before. So
Yes,
you see, the thought, I'm a failure, leads to that bad feeling of guilt and shame, and leads to the action, which is no action, procrastination.
procrastination.
Now, but when you know that you can control your thoughts, and that doesn't mean that you can control every thought that pops in, but you can control the reaction of your thought, and you can choose which thought you want to follow, you want to buy into. And if you know that this thought, I'm a failure, doesn't serve you because at the end you won't take any action, you feel worse than before, you can flip that thought. And what would be a positive version you can flip the thought, I'm a failure, into?
I'm a winner. Like I can do it. Like
Yeah, I mean, when you say, I'm a winner, that's amazing. Do you believe that? Really, honestly?
honestly, I do. I do believe. I do feel like I
Amazing.
believe in myself. Yeah. But like I said, like I get overwhelmed with thoughts like that I don't that I'm not
Okay,
like, good
so but
enough.
let's
So
just stick with one thought. When you say, I'm a failure, and you flip it, so there comes the thought, I'm a failure. There it is. There you have a choice point. You can either let this thought just be what it is, a thought, and not pay attention and focus on something else. And what
mhm,
you want to focus on is in another thought. You can choose, what do I want to think instead about
mhm,
myself?
mhm.
So, what do you want to think instead about yourself instead of being a failure? Saying again,
I'm a winner.
I'm a winner. And when you are there, imagine you are there, you are reading this book, you want to take these notes, and you think, I'm a winner. How would you feel when you think, I'm a winner?
I would feel like great about myself. I will feel like accomplished.
Great, accomplished. What else? So, what does feeling great about yourself mean?
Mm, feeling great as in like like I feel accomplished that I have taken action towards what I'm thinking or towards what I'm thinking of doing.
Okay, so you have taken action in like working on your thought processes, for
Absolutely.
example. Yeah,
Yes.
that's what
Hmm.
I hear you say. Oh, it's
Hmm. Yeah.
correct. Okay, so when you think I'm a winner and you flip that thought, then you feel great because you have accomplished. You have accomplished to take on the steer and not go on autopilot and think the negative thought, but you have accomplished thinking positively. And you feel great about yourself then. And when you feel great about yourself, feeling accomplished, what action will you then take?
I will then definitely take the action of doing what it needs to be done instead of leaving it behind.
And when you take the action, which needs to be done, what will you then think about yourself?
I would think like I would think that that I have progressed, that I have done what I'm sticking to my word, like I have a word of my own, and that it's gonna take me to a lot of places if I keep my word.
Yeah. And you think then, did you keep your word because you already did it, right?
Of course, yes.
Amazing. And now let's play this one more time. And when you think about yourself, you're someone who keeps your word. How do you feel then?
I feel good because I feel like I have commitment to myself to do what needs to be done and to accomplish all the goals I need to that I need.
Amazing. And one step further. So we already took the second round, but let's just play it out just to really let it go deep. When you then feel good about that, what action will you take?
I will actually take the action that needs to be taken towards it, all the goals, and I
that's
would
going
not miss a
on.
step. It will be completely done.
Exactly. So, and when you take the action, you feel great and you think about yourself great. And you just take the action by only changing the thought. So, and I could observe your face when we were going through the negative loop of thoughts, where we all are the same, our brains work the same, we are always stuck in these loops of thoughts. And when you were in the negative one, your face were like very serious. When we flipped only the thought, I could see already your face like going up. And you were thinking about these feelings, feeling great, feeling accomplished. And you know you would take action. So how do you feel now when you think about that?
I feel that I can do it. I feel that it's just like limited beliefs that I'm carrying with me that are not letting me move forward.
And what will you do about these limiting beliefs?
Just change them around whenever they come up in my mind.
Amazing. So that's amazing what you just discovered. And by the way, you can do this writing down like I did here for you, or you can just do it in your head. And with time, what you will find that it will be almost immediately and automatically that you will flip the thoughts.
That's true.
And what's the next step that you can do now towards your goal?
I think like writing what doesn't serve, like writing what obstacles come into my mind and rewiring that into a positive. I think that's what I should be doing. Because and I mean writing them, because like you can think of them but they don't sink in. By writing, I feel
Right.
like you absorb more. So I think that's a really huge tool that I just learned because right now, because I don't write that much. Like I'm starting, like I've never journaled in my life until I came into the RTT course. Because Marisa, in one of the modules, she says journal, right? Write your thoughts, write what you think, write how you're feeling. And I think that's where I am trying to build that up, like where I'm like, okay, I have this thought, let me write it down, right? And I think just by writing my thoughts and just like rewiring them, that's gonna be like a really huge.
Amazing. When will you start doing that?
From now on.
Perfect.
Yes.
So when we end our call, we you can start observing what's coming up, what's popping in, and you can write it down.
Absolutely.
That's amazing. So just one little thing I want to add for this tool, because that's what I've seen on myself and many other clients I've showed this. Sometimes we are not aware about our thoughts. Sometimes we just feel like we are procrastinated, or we feel stuck, or we feel
Mhm.
low, and we don't know what the thought is. But what we can do then is we investigate, we become the detective, and we go back and look, what did I think just before I felt that?
Mhm.
And there is the thought. And then we go there and then we flip it. So you see, you don't have to go in only when you have the thought. Sometimes we don't catch the thought, and then you go
That's
in
right.
there with the feeling, or sometimes you can even step in there with the action. When you look back and you had a to-do list and you didn't do anything the whole week, and you
Mhm.
say, okay, I didn't do any action. Why didn't I take any action? Oh, because I felt low. What was the thought? Why did I feel low? What was the thought or the thoughts I was thinking? Because when it's a longer period of time, and then you go into that thoughts and then you flip it. So you see, you can go
Mhm.
into that wherever you catch it, and then you flip it.
That's perfect. Yeah, I think that I will definitely do that in my life for sure. Yeah. That's I just don't sometimes I have thoughts and I get overwhelmed, and that's when I'm just like, I don't know. That's when I'm starting to journal so that I don't get overwhelmed with my thoughts when I'm need to do something, and I just write. And that's something that I just started doing. So it's just nothing that I've been always doing. So
And
now
you
I'll
will.
definitely. Yeah,
Now you have
absolutely.
it too.
Yeah. Yeah.
So, what is the biggest takeaway you can take out from our today's conversation?
Honestly, the biggest takeaway is just thought patterns in general, like just remove what's negative, what I'm thinking negative during that moment, and rewire write it down if I can. If not, if I don't, if I'm not, like, just kind of change it in my mind, really, like whatever negative thinking I'm having at that moment, just rewiring it with something positive.
And where do you see yourself now compared to the beginning of our conversation regards to your goal?
I feel like I've taken the step to do it, and I feel like I feel like more motivated now, to be honest with you, that I have these tools and that you share that with me as well, because I just didn't know how to start it. So just I feel like I'm working towards the goal, and that's what matters. Taking step by steps, even, like,
Amazing,
it's more than enough.
amazing, amazing. So, and we talked already about the next action step you will take right after this call. I'm really happy about how it went. How do you feel now?
I feel amazing. I feel like I'm going to take all that knowledge and apply it in my life. 100%.
Amazing.
Yeah.
So, thank you very much for being here with me today, Melissa. And we will see each other in 1 week for our next call. And I can't wait to hear from you how it went. So, thank you so much, and see you next week.
Thank you, Monica. Thank you very much for opening up this space for me. I appreciate it.
Thank you.